Hi, welcome to our channel. Today I'll be cooking a steak. It's a little bit different than the normal average cut of steak. It's been dry aged for 56 days. Hence it's kind of like got this beautiful marbling, as you can tell. You don't need a whole lot to cook a great steak. You just need a nice cut of beef, this is a ribeye, just one of my personal favorites. Salt, pepper, butter, garlic, and a little bit of thyme that we've grown ourselves. So first thing you're gonna want to do with the steak is actually take it out of the fridge and let it sit for about 20 to 30 minutes until it is about room temperature. You can either season it now to let all the ingredients get on the steak and marinate it, or you can wait till right before you go, just as more of a personal preference. But I personally recommend seasoning it the night before. So the reason why you want the steak at room temperature is so you can cook it really evenly in the cast iron pan or whatever pan you're cooking your steak in if you are at home. Because of the fact, otherwise you'll get a nice sear on the outside, but it'll be raw in the middle and cold. You're going to want to season quite heavily on both sides, so you get a nice, good, solid flavor throughout the whole steak. Get nice, good salt and pepper on there, and then flip that bad boy over. Some more salt and pepper on there as well. And you want to season high up because it creates a more even dispersion rate across the meat. And then you can pat it on each side, and it should be ready to go. So you're going to want to get your pan nice and hot and coat it with some olive oil. What you want to do is to get it to the point where the olive oil starts to not burn, but starts to smolder a little bit. So you want it nice and ripping hot so you get a nice crust on each side of your steak. It is very important to get that on your steak because you can tell it's starting to smoke right there. So it's nice and hot. Pan is nice and warm. And so at that point you're going to want to throw your steak on to the cast iron. So if you're looking to get a nice rare steak, something of this size and its thickness, you're going to want it to be about 3 minutes on each side. So we're going to flip it now. As you can see, it has a pretty nice dark crust on it. At this point you're going to want to add your butter. Get that going. Take it off the heat because the butter will otherwise start on fire. You can tell it's already smoking pretty good. Then while this butter is in there, add your herbs and your garlic. So I'm holding it on the side so it gets a kind of a sear on all the edges and kind of renders the fat on the side because a lot of times with steaks there's quite a big fat cap on there. It has kind of a nice beautiful crust on it, a little black char everywhere. You let it rest for a little while. It's very quick pickup, especially if you want it at medium rare to rare. I like my steaks pretty rare. Not a lot of people do, but it's quite delicious. And now you have that herbaceousness of the thyme and the garlic in the pan cooking with the butter. I will say you're going to want to definitely have your hood on. We definitely forgot to do that and it got a little smoky in here, but the cook of the steak seems to be pretty good. I think it's a perfect medium rare, but you always let it rest because otherwise it won't be quite as juicy or as flavorful. It's been resting now for about 3 to 4 minutes. Let's see how it goes. I think it's a perfect medium rare. Oh yeah, look at that. Nice and medium rare. You can still see the fat in there. Oh yeah. And it's perfectly medium rare. Thanks for joining us. And that's how you cook a steak.